Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Coming up, the anti-bashing beauty. We talk to the Czech model who shoots from the hip. Sprint and shoot. Target shooting to get your pulse racing. First, it's the start of our new series Rucksack and Rifle with Tim Pilbeam. And this week he's off to Croatia, after roebuck. What does hunting or shooting mean to you? For Tim Pilbeam, it's a rucksack, a rifle, and a chance to breathe in a new experience. We're exploring the beautiful Croatian coastline and countryside, looking for a trophy mouflon, an animal that clings on to the unforgiving rocks of the Dalmatian Riviera. And we are after roe and boar in a vast hunting area filled with flower meadows and forests.
We moved inland about an hour and a half from where we were on the coast. Very, very different terrain. Just look at it, this is just softly woodland, rolling mountains here. None of the hard rock we had down the coast. It's a very different type of stalking. We're on roe this morning. We're probably a fraction late at the moment, so we need to get in there pretty quickly. So it's a very different skill set here, so very much relying on our guides to take us around and hopefully find a nice roe, so we need to get going.
Tim has arranged the trip through Artemis hunting, and our young guide is Pavel. He and his father Mario know every inch of this strange landscape. Sometimes it looks like home, other times the Serengeti. During the winter they feed the boar using this lofty maize dispensing unit. Dinner is served at the same time every evening.
So they put corn in there, yes. And he turns around, yes. Feeds the boar twice a day, once a day, once a day, 6 o'clock. And you have these all around the estate. How many of them do you have? One very high seat, we got the one. Oh, okay. So you got the high seat over there? Yes. 50 metres away. That's your feeding spot? Yes.
Pavel spots a roe and changes up from his normal sedate style to a jog to get a better look. The deer and the boar are naturally timid. They have more than a man with a Zauer 101 in 308 to worry about here. It's gone, but we still have a few hours before storms are forecast to arrive. 20 minutes later, having worked through a broadleaf woodland, Pavel gets Tim on the sticks. A young buck is grazing out from the cover.
Well, there you go.
Look at nice stalking.
This is like stalking in England. An absolutely stunning place. The tall grass, it's so nice to see all these flowers. Variety of flowers, and see the roe deer just moving in between the trees. It's beautiful.
The heads aren't any great size here because of the local mineral levels. This one is a good animal to take.
I had a wonderful stalk this morning. We were a bit late coming in, but we had this sense that Pavel just knew that something was going on, because as we came across through the open land here, we saw one roe, and that just jinxed away. Don't know why, but he just was very, very quiet, very purposeful what he was doing. Beautiful bit of stalking down next to the woods. We came through the woods here and came up with this open area here. You can see it's a beautiful wildflower meadow, and there was this young buck just pulling some, marking his territory. But very, very gentle stalking, just very careful movements. He just knew exactly what he's doing. Just up there, go. It's just it's very, very not unusual, but it's just a very nice way of stalking, very gentle, and it's had a lovely feeling about the whole of Croatia in some ways. It's just such a beautiful country, and this is just another way of another form of roe stalking, but in a different country. It's not all about in the UK. You know, it's a beautiful place to be.
Like in many European countries, The animal is honoured and Tim finds out a little more about the local wildlife.
You were saying that in Croatia, the deer have predators.
Yeah.
And they are very, very timid, so are very hard to stalk. What hunts the deer?
They're really shy because we got a lot of predators. We got the wolf, we got the bear, we got the lynx, the gold chacal. We got all predators what we can have. And the roes are really shy for that. But
Okay. So the wolves, do they hunt as a pack?
yes, one was like driven,
Oh,
and
wow.
another was yes.
And have you seen that?
Yes, one time.
Yeah. Wow. Yes.
So, lynx, wolf and bear to contend with. That will keep you on your toes. Tim's next challenge is to use his half-kilo rucksack to carry out the young roe.
Now, I have not done this before, so we're just trying one of the new half-kilo rucksacks out, which carries a roe deer. I think normally one would gut it first and then put it in here, but Paolo wants to take it back to the car and then deal with it there. And I say, oh, hello, that's my friend. So, I don't want to disrespect the animal too much, but
This is not a typically British thing to do, but there's a first time for everything. If you're on your own, it's a very efficient way of extracting an animal this size. This trip is as much about the experience as the hunting. We are asked to get a fire going to cook lunch. For this trip, Tim has a Zoa 101 with a Zeiss V8 scope on top. It means he's comfortable shooting 300 metres across a valley or 100 metres in a meadow. But with glass like this, you need to establish a workflow.
very, very versatile optics we got here. I've got 150 metre zero, and the reason why I've gone for that is I'm shooting Ouflon from probably 100 metres to maybe 350 metres, so a huge range there. Most of the roe here, probably 60 to 70 metres, and the boar here would probably about between 30 and say 70 metres. So I've got quite a wide range of uses for this. You've got to be very careful. The more things you can adjust, the more things can go wrong. You must have a discipline that every time you finish using a rifle, you made that shot, wind it back to zero. Do it every single time, otherwise it will catch you out. Oof, it's done. Same with your windage, if you want to use your windage. And also I do the same thing with my parallax. I generally keep my parallax around about 150 all the time. If I'm shooting beyond 200 metres, I'll probably tweak it a wee bit. But please, please, when you're using these turrets, make sure you always wind them back.
Back to lunch, and we're expecting some fresh roe liver, but instead Mario returns with some home dry cured pork belly. Some is eaten raw, some sliced and cooked over the fire. For Tim, this is what it's all about.
This is such a tasty bit of meat. This is beautiful.
For more information about hunting in Croatia, please visit artemishunting.com. Thank you, Tim. Next time he's in very different terrain after Trophy Mouflon. Later in the show we're off to the Czech Republic with someone far prettier than Tim. Now from Medal Mouflon to someone who has a different way of grading sheep. I say that though, thank goodness he's back. It's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. First, more on the story that just keeps on giving. Rock legend Brian May's views on foxes has landed him in trouble with actor Michael J. Fox. Queen founding member and national treasure Brian May has launched Team Fox, a coalition of animal welfare groups including the League Against Cruel Sports and the Land Rover-sponsored Born Free Foundation, which opposes repeal of the ban on hunting with dogs in England and Wales. Meanwhile, Michael J. Fox's Team Fox has raised more than £20 million for research into Parkinson's disease since he started it in 2000. George Digweed has won his 25th world title, and he did it in style, dropping just one target to shoot 199 out of 200. Congratulations, George. US spy agencies may start hunting wildlife poachers in Africa. American intelligence is considering whether to provide information, analysis and possibly tactical lessons to African governments about how to attack wildlife poaching networks, according to a top official. Poachers killed 40,000 elephants in 2011, and last year in South Africa's Kruger National Park alone, they killed 1,200 white rhino. Hunting rabbits with dogs is becoming more popular in South Africa. A photographer went out with a group who run their dogs together. 10 hunters from Soweto hired a cab to take them with greyhounds and lurchers to land in the West Rand area of Joburg. The hunt starts early so the dogs don't get too hot to work. The hunters and their families skin and eat the rabbits. However, hunting with dogs is illegal in South Africa, except for tracking a wounded animal or bird shooting. A court has ruled that it's illegal to shoot down a drone in California. Eric Joe sued Brett McBay after Mr McBay shot down Mr Joe's hexacopter, which he said was spying on him. A California court found that Mr McBay acted unreasonably in shooting the craft, whether it was over his property or not, and awarded Mr Joe $850 in damages. And finally, great retrieving skills has saved a chicken's life. The hen escaped a fox in its coop in Nottinghamshire, flying across a canal. The following morning, its owner couldn't get it back, so called in his friend Paul Malatrat and his 9-year-old Labrador Fern. Showing the importance of a soft mouth, Fern brought the chick home, and it's already laying again. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. He is still smarting. Now we're off to Bisley and another bunch of people who have to run fast to keep up. We're off to find out about International Falling Plate. This is target shooting designed to get your heart pumping. Speed, accuracy and teamwork are key. We're at Pirbright, next to the National Shooting Centre Bisley, for the National Rifle Association's Falling Plates competition. There are 3 similar but different events taking place. The first is for Pongos, serving military personnel using semi-automatic weapons. It's a big favourite of the Omanis, the reigning champions, who take this seriously and train hard. They even have their own camera crew. Their main opponents are not the British, but the Canadians.
Bisley is probably one of the most prestigious shooting events you can come to. You know what I mean? Like, there's some all over the world, but Bisley has so much history, goes way back. It's on everybody's bucket list. You have to do Bisley.
Did you come here to win?
We always come here to win. The team that I have right now is a composite team from all across Canada. They're basically taken from the top 50 list in Canada, showed out who's the fastest, who's the best shots, and always put our best team forward.
Each team of 4 starts lying prone, then on command runs 100 yards to the shooting position to take down the steel plate targets in front of them in the quickest time.
Fast team down there doesn't necessarily win. All right, you can get down there faster, but you got to knock down what's down there, and that's where the accuracy part comes in.
In the finals, it's the Canadians that triumph.
Guess what? That is one of the things on our list too. Beat the Omanis.
Okay, thanks again. Just a prize giving. Watch out! Watch out!
Next up are the civilians, who won't get anywhere near the times posted by the military guys and girls, as they won't be using semi-auto rifles. Nikki Bennington has come all the way from Devon to compete, having got her FAC 10 years ago.
Well, this is an AR-15, which is a straight pull rifle. It's magazine fed. This one's got a telescopic sight, but you can have any type of sights on it, any type of stock. This one's not too heavy, because obviously I don't want to lug around a heavy rifle. You don't have to buy one new, you could always buy one second hand. But this really is the easiest and the most common rifle that we're using in CSR, but people use bolt action rifles. If you've got something with a 10 round magazine, you can use it.
They're all either what we call straight pull rifles or bolt action rifles. And most of them will be a military calibre, so it'll either be 5.56 or 7.62. The advantage with a heavier 7.62 bullet is it knocks the plate over easier, but it's a little bit slower to reload than the straight pull 5.56. So it's a toss-up between the two, really. Most of the teams that seem to be doing well seem to be shooting a mixture of those two calibres.
There's a complete mix of people here, from ex-military to those who see it as a good excuse to have a get-together with friends. Gareth and his mates all shot together at university.
Great fun. It's combining, a bit of physical activity with shooting straight, marksmanship skills. It's a lovely day out in the sun, in the summer. It's a team event, so you've got all your mates with you. It's brilliant.
There really is a welcoming and fun atmosphere here, with plenty of banter as some of the older bodies lurch forward in pursuit of glory. But we're shooting guns. Surely we must be serious at all times.
You'll find that most of these shooters, once they've adopted that shooting position, most of what else happens is gone. They really are concentrating on the fact that they have a live-firing weapon in their hands, and they need to be appreciative of that fact. And they forget about everything else, carry on, really. That's.
And I think Fred and I are experienced enough to herd them around as cats. We're doing it in a friendly way, but at the same time we're actually switched on, and we know if we don't like the look of it, we will say something, and we'll say it straight away.
Now, we said there were 3 disciplines here today. The third is the historic, using Enfields. They don't have to run as far, maybe because of the age of the competitors rather than the rifles, but hang on, there's a young competitor in a miniskirt. What on earth is going on?
I don't look dressed, no. I wasn't prepared for prone shooting. Unfortunately, all I was told is we were shooting Enfields and doing falling plates, so that's all I knew. Did a bit of shooting when I was in cadets in the ATC, when I was 13. That's when I first started, and enjoyed shooting. And then I found out about the shooting club when I went to uni, went to Queen Mary. And yeah, been shooting ever since. So mostly we do TR, a bit of clay pigeon shooting and 2-2 shooting, mostly. But yeah, found out about this competition and thought we'd come along and have a try.
Louise doesn't own an Enfield, but just turned up and borrowed one, which is what's so great about these events.
The more the merrier. Everybody here will have to have been a member of a club or the NRA. But the NRA offer introductory days, guest days. Every club has the same thing. They have guest days where any civilian that hasn't got a criminal record can come along and have a go. And then, if they like it, join the club. And every club has club rifles, so you don't need to buy your rifle initially. You train with them, and once you've done a 6-month probation and you're safe, then you'll become a full member of that club. You can then apply for a firearms license and buy your own rifles and get into anything, whether it's historic, CSR, stalking, vermin control, target shooting, practical rifle, practical mini rifle, shotgun, you name it, everything.
All through the day we've been asking what makes a successful falling plate team, and it's been split. Some say running speed, some say accuracy. So what do the overall winners think?
Fast running and good accurate shooting.
And it all came together.
And it all came together on a day. Didn't last year, but this year we've had another go. We've got what we were after.
You didn't have me in the team.
No, that was it. We didn't have him. He pulled his hamstring, but we got there. That's the main thing.
We didn't have Colin either.
No, so maybe it was just me and Rich with a problem.
If you want to stretch your legs and your barrels, please go to nra.org.uk. There you are. Get yourself a team and give it a go. Next up, she's fit, she's fast. It's Michaelka.
Think of visiting the Czech Republic, and most people think of Prague. Václav Square, Old Town Square, lovely Charles Bridge over the Vltava, the Cathedral of St. Vít. But I promise you the countryside is even more beautiful. My name is Michaela. I'm a Czech, and I'm out in countryside every day. I live near Prague, but today I'm in České Budějovice and looking for wild boar. It's another day, another morning in a forest, and we are just about to walk to some spot where possibly we could see some wild boar. So we gotta be quiet and walk slowly After a few minutes, I reach a high seat and settle down in it. The bird song was awesome. Wild boar are so shy. This is the best way to hunt them in the summer.
Well, morning hunt wasn't successful. We didn't see anything, but it's a hunting and we just gotta keep going.
Next day, I won't try for a roebuck.
We are just in a tree stand and me and my cameraman, we got a horrible sun. It's shining straight to our eyes and there is all the deer. So we will wait. If he will come closer, then we will shoot him because it's old one.
Unlike the shy wild boar, we see plenty of deer, but they are super wary too.
It seems like he's gone.
A doe that's peacefully grazing in front of us suddenly looks up and straight at us. She knows there is something there. She can't scent us or see us, but the slightest sound is enough to make her nervous. We hold very, very still, and soon her head goes down and she's grazing again. At last my buck shows up. Getting onto him is more a struggle for my cameraman than for me.
We got the first roe deer. Yeah. We got him. Awesome. Awesome.
I am really pleased and walk over with my stalker and my camera team to find him. You can see why it was so difficult for all of us to keep quiet. This deer is like 5 or 6 years old. You can see beautiful antlers. It's a really, really nice buck. We are quite formal in the Czech Republic and we really like the traditions. And the stalker performs a ceremony he does with every deer successfully hunted on this land. So if you're wondering what we're doing, what this branch means, it's a last honor what we're doing here in Central Europe. It's our tradition and it's like a last honor to game. So this is what we do. We honor game by last meal. We call it last meal and it's tradition of Central Europe. The another one will goes into my head and it means I was successful today, I was successful hunter and I can leave it until I go sleep. And if I go somewhere, the other hunters, they can see I was successful because they see the branches in my head. So that's why. Yeah. Now I'm officially successful hunter for today. Awesome. It has been a wonderful day. I'm lucky enough to travel all over the world hunting, but the Czech Republic is still my favorite place. If you would like to find out more about hunting in my country, you can find Top Jagd company who gives me this awesome buck. And if you want to find more about me, go to michaelashunting.com.
Now, Michaelka sent us that footage. We sent her a script to read and we edited it for her. She was really fun to work with. She has a gorgeous James Bond accent and I wanted to find out more about her. So I rang her.
Hello.
Hi, Michaela, it's Charlie. So just wanted to talk about you as a hunter. When did it all start? When did you start hunting?
Well, I started as a child because I was raised by Dad. I grew up just with a dad and he used to be a big hunter, so I'm after him.
And you don't look like a hunter, you look more like a model. Do you do that as well?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Okay.
You know, the best way is to be a model for some hunting stuff.
You've had some strong attacks from the antis, haven't you?
Yeah, I do all the time, but, you know, I don't mind. I like to provocate them, so that's what I'm doing. The thing is, 90% of them eat meat. They just don't realize what they're doing because they see a meat as a product, and they don't see for every meat, animal has to die. And I'm showing them, this is a better way than go to some market, just buy a meat. Hunting is a nature way to get the meat, so that's what I'm trying to do.
You have got a fantastic Eastern European accent, so I'm going to ask you to say some phrases which will work very well with the guys on the TV show here.
Andy Pro, you have beautiful blue eyes.
That's going to be a real hit. Okay, I want you to do 2 more.
Oh shit, you're gonna put me in some trouble. Roy Lipton, you have got a face like a baby's bottom.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, and there's one more. This is for David.
David Wright, the sophisticated secret agent.
From the Czech Republic to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. First up, some hunting TV promos. Driven Hunters Channel goes glam for the occasion. If you want to know just how stylish we shooters can be, here it is. Another TV promo. When will TV producers learn that you get more viewers on YouTube? This buffalo hunt in Tanzania is in Spanish, but don't be put off. It's an exciting stalk. And Red Stag Timber Hunters Club sells us winter tar hunting in New Zealand by stressing how cold it is. The production team battles sub-zero temperatures while filming a tar hunt for RST's second series. Colorado Elk Hunt Part 1 features heavyweight wrestling champion Shane Carwin on a ranch in northwest Colorado. This is a good piece about driven red deer shooting in Slovakia. The opener is a bit heavy on the action flick music, but it gets better. There is no narration. The pictures tell the story. I put far more 260 rips on here than I ought to, but this is another good one, and it is the only British film in my selection this week. Extreme long-range hunting shows 3 consecutive shots at 540, 770 and 1,000 yards on pigeon, crow and rabbit. Controversial film of the moment comes from Superior Shooting Systems Inc. Baboon hunting with the dynamic targeting reticle has, right now, had more dislikes than likes, and many of them from long-distance shooters who believe it brings their sport into disrepute. And finally, the new Kendall Jones is out. Game On Episode 5 is subtitled Foxy Ladies, as Kendall and her buddy Taylor head to Sterling City, Texas to hunt fox and bobcat with predator hunting expert Jeff Thomason, host of Predator Pursuit on the Sportsman Channel. That's it for this week. If you have a YouTube film you'd like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. If you don't like those, what about this? In our airgun show Airheads, we are visiting some peculiar permissions. Jamie Chandler is protecting soft cheese by shooting rabbits under the buffalo's feet. Kayat Bryn has to show pinpoint accuracy when shooting pigeons under solar panels. And Roger is taking the weight off and explaining why it's vitally important to weigh his pellets for competition. Well, we are back next week. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Please go to our Facebook page, click to like us there, or our Twitter page. You can follow us there, or go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can pop your email address into our constant contact box. We'll constantly contact you about our show, Fieldsports Britain, and our other shows, Airheads, Fishing Britain, Clay Sports. Fieldsports Britain's out 7 PM UK time every Wednesday. This has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.